Hello everyone, I'm Chen Chu and I'm a planner at the City of Richmond Hill. I'm going to give a short overview of the Draft Official Plan Amendment 18.3 on City Vision and City Structure. But first, I should let you know that the City of Richmond Hill's Official Plan Update started in 2019 with lots of public consultation along the way. A big milestone was the completion of the Key Directions Report, which was endorsed by Council. The Key Directions Report is a roadmap for how the official plan will be updated. It has a vision for city planning that was developed with Council and the public, and it has lots of details on what changes need to be made to the official plan in order to achieve that vision over the next 20 years. The city is now in the third phase of the OPA update process. This phase is about making changes to the official plan. The city will amend the official plan through 3 batches of OPAs. By the way, OPA is short for Official Plan Amendment. The first batch of OPAs will be done before the approval of the Regional Official Plan, and after that, batches 2 and 3 will go next. In total, there are 14 separate OPAs, and they're done separately for 2 reasons. Firstly, this approach helps people digest information on the OPAs based on themes or geographic areas. Secondly, this approach is flexible and it gives time to deal with any issues. This way, OPAs on specific themes or geographic area can be approved without holding up other themes that might need more time. The city is now working on Batch 1 OPAs, and this presentation focuses on OPA 18.3, which is about city vision and city structure. OPA 18.3 is important because it will put the city planning vision into the official plan and start to make changes to the plan so that planning decisions line up with the vision statement. The proposed vision is, by 2041, the City of Richmond Hill will be the centerpiece of York Region and one of the most prominent complete communities in the GTA. To achieve this vision, policies in the official plan need to be updated on things like urban design, housing affordability, climate change, mobility, and many more. OPA 18.3 proposes to update the city structure by firstly changing the title of Chapter 3 from Building a New Kind of Urban to City Building. This new title captures all components of the city structure, and they are centers and corridors, neighborhoods, employment lands, and the greenway system. OPA 18.3 will also update the title of Schedule A1 Urban Structure to City Structure, and it will make some changes to the map, starting with the centers in the red blobs. There are 2 new local centers, one at Bathurst and Highway 7, and the other at East Beaver Creek and Highway 7. The OPA would also change the Newkirk Local Development Area into a local center and expand its area. The purple color are employment areas. Some of the existing employment lands are proposed to be converted to centers or corridors to allow for a mix of land uses. A couple of the conversions were already made by the province, and you'll see them highlighted in peach color. The red lines on the map are the regional mixed-use corridors, and this OPA recognizes the extension of the Yonge Street corridor all the way north to Bloomington Road. The blue hatched lines show updates to the Provincial Parkway Belt West Plan and the expansion of the urban river valleys. The green color on this map represents the city's greenway system, which is made up of rural areas, large open spaces, and natural areas. You'll also notice that there are lots of transit logos located at the southern edge of the city. This area is called the Richmond Hill Center. Here, the OPA identifies existing and proposed major transit such as Subway, GO, and the 407 transit stations. The proposed TTC and GO station at 16th Avenue and the GO station at Elgin Mills are not yet planned by Metrolinx, but this map advocates for these stations to be located there in the future. And finally, this map no longer includes the North Leslie or West Gormley secondary plan boundaries because they are also a part of the neighborhoods in the city structure. OPA 18.3 clarifies that the purpose of the city's intensification hierarchy is to prioritize where development should go to meet the city's residential intensification target. It also introduces a mobility hierarchy, which prioritizes walking and active transportation at the very top. Single-occupant cars are at the very bottom. Another new trend we're anticipating is the increase of micromobility as more people use electrified bikes or scooters. We know this prioritization is very different from how people move around in the city today, but it's necessary for several reasons, including the need to reduce carbon emissions and to create communities that promote healthy, active living. You'll notice that there aren't any major transit station areas in the diagram, and the reason is because the region has to first draw the MTSA boundaries and assign minimum density targets to them. Then these MTSAs will have to be approved by the province. And lastly, since the MTSAs in Richmond Hill vary widely in their location, density, and local context, it would be better that MTSAs be identified separately in Schedule A3. This schedule is all about measuring density and intensification targets in the settlement area. As we move to the next batch of OPAs in the fall, the city will work with the public and stakeholders on MTSAs to provide more specific policies on density, land use permissions, and other details. OPA 18.3 also proposes update to policies that deal with issues like affordable housing, climate change, sustainable development, infrastructure, parks, and urban design. The proposed changes are intended to ensure that new development provides social, economic, and environmental benefits to the broader community. And these proposed changes are just a starting point because they set the framework for more detailed policies in Batch 2 and 3 OPAs. The outcome we hope for are improvements to our communities so that our city is attractive for people to live, work, play, and visit. Thanks for watching this video. If you would like to learn more, please visit and subscribe to the city's webpage at richmondhill.ca/OP update. And feel free to attend our public open house on April 26 and the council public meeting on May 18. If you plan to speak at the council public meeting, please register with the city's clerk. See you soon!